Bring in our business reporter, Edward Boyd, who's been listening along there. Ed, quite a bit to digest in that speech and particularly in the Q&A session. What stood out to you?
Look, I think the most important thing here was this is the response from the RBA to the review, the first review into the central bank since the 1980s, so roughly 40 years. And Governor Lowe today really outlined the steps that he is taking from the start of next year to really change the way the RBA operates. They're obviously going from 11 cash rate meetings down to 8. There's going to be press conferences now after every cash rate decision at 3:30. So the decision will be at 2:30 p.m, then there'll be a presser an hour later. So that's really important. It's a way to improve the RBA's communication with the Australian public. So I think that's one of the most important steps that the Governor Lowe announced today. Obviously, he did talk about his tenure. He had the same response today that he's had all year, which is if I'm asked to continue for another 3 years, I'll happily do that. And he acknowledged that Treasurer Jim Chalmers will be making that announcement on his future before the end of this month. So pretty significant speech today, Ash, from the Governor. And look, the Q&A was pretty... The Q&A was a bit strange. There was a lot of questions from economists, which was a little bit unusual, but there was a couple of reporters there that asked some harder hitting questions, and really the one about his tenure was the question that stood out the most to me after that speech.